everybody. This is Shirley at Shirley's Threadwork. Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it. I appreciate all of the people that continue to support me if you've been here already. And if this is your first time visiting, I hope you see something that you like and you'll come on back and look at all of my videos, because I have quite a few up there and I have several more to make. So this is day 6 of my 12 days of Christmas gifting. And today we will be doing Christmas cards. Yes, we're going to embroider some beautiful Christmas cards to give to your loved ones, your friends, your families, your co-workers, what have you. If you've never embroidered a card before, it is a simple thing to do, quite easy, and you'll enjoy it. It'll be fun. And the one thing that's most important, I think, is that it's like a gift. If you make something for somebody, usually they appreciate it and they keep it. I know I have made a card and that person still has that card. They keep it because it's such a beautiful card and it's a keepsake. So I think that if you make Christmas cards to give out to people, that they will keep it as well. So what I'm going to do now is show you what you need to get started to make a card, and then we'll go ahead and make one. So let me show you what you need. Of course, you're going to need cardstock, or you're going to need what they call watercolor paper. Now this is Strathmore. Let me see. Should be on here somewhere. But anyway, this is called watercolor paper. It comes in a pad, usually about 12 sheets in a pad. It's kind of expensive unless you catch it on sale. This is a 9-inch by 12-inch, and this particular brand is U.S. Air Supply, but Strathmore sells this as well in Michaels. So I got this from Amazon, and I got 2 packs of 12 for around $16. If you go to Michaels and get it, they usually run, this particular size runs anywhere between $9 and $12. So shop around. It's recommended if you use this because it's kind of thick and you can do a lot with it. So let me take one out and show you what it looks like. So it's in a pad. So you just a sheet, and like I said, it's kind of thick. So you can the needles don't punch through as easily as it could possibly do if you're using cardstock. However, you can use cardstock because that's what I have used. I'm new to watercolor and I have tried it, and I'll show you what I made. You can also get just regular cardstock. This is just regular cardstock, and this is like a metallic cardstock. Now I haven't used this before, so I'm going to give it a try. But I have used regular cardstock. And again, you can get this from Michaels or Walmart or anywhere that sells cardstock. You can get a pack, or you can just go where they do the scrapbooking area and just pick out just one color that you want if you just want to make 1 or 2 cards. So you're going to need to have, or at least it is suggested if you're going to make a card, to have at least 2 different colors. One would be your main color, and then one would be an insert. So let me show you what I'm talking about. This is the card I made, and this is what I'm going to show you. And what I have on the outside is the watercolor paper that I told you about, and then on the inside is the color. And I stitched my own personal message, which is embroidered as well. This on the outside is embroidered. So you'll do this and you put it together. You will need to have some medium weight cutaway stabilizer, medium weight cutaway stabilizer. Of course, you're going to need a ruler, pencil, scissors, or if you have one of these little cutting boards or cutting mechanism, whatever you call it. This one is a Cricut. This works. or you can use a card scoring board, which I'm new to this. So I'm learning, but this works really well if you're going to use that watercolor, because if you want to bend the paper or fold it like you do when you're making a card, because it's so thick, it folds so much better if you have this scoring board and you use a scoring tool like this and get down in the groove, and it definitely makes it score really well. Let me show you. I did just kind of do a little demo to see how it scores, and I didn't do it evenly, but it bends really well and it doesn't crack like this one did when I folded. I didn't have the scoring board, and when you fold it, it cracks. But again, when you're using regular cardstock, it folds beautifully. It doesn't crack or anything. So my recommendation is try them both, but don't feel like you have to have the watercolor paper. You can do it with regular cardstock. However, the caveat was the most important thing to remember. You need to have a design that is specifically digitized to stitch on paper, cardstock. That's the key. You have to have, or you should have, a design that is digitized to be used on cardstock. You also need to use a 7511 sharp needle. So 7511 sharp and a digitized design specifically for making cards. Also, what I have done, I found it on Design by Juju. Design by Juju have fonts, that individual fonts, the ABC fonts and punctuation, that are also specifically digitized for stitching on cards. That way you can actually, especially if you have embroideries and get the BX, or you can just do the font, download it into your software, however you do it, and create your own saying that you want to put in the inside, like I did this, which makes this a totally, completely personalized card. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like, but this is the end result. Like I said, this particular card is a demo. The other thing that I need to tell you, because when you do the medium weight cutaway stabilizer, it is going to show up on the back. So because of that, that's why you need to have two, so you can use the inner piece to cover it up. And you need a good glue stick that I got from Michael's. I got a glue stick on here somewhere on my table. Let me see where it went. It's up here somewhere. Anyway, get a glue stick. You can get Elmer's glue stick or any kind of glue stick that glues paper, so you can glue it down and make it stick. And then you're going to have a beautiful card. Also, what I have done for the card that I'm going to do, I bought some little stickers that I found at Michael that I'm going to also do some enhancement with the card on the top side here, so it won't look so blank. So you'll have your embroidered design on the outside. You can have your embroidered message here. You can put stickers here, whatever. You can use a Cricut, create your own, a brother scan and cut, whatever you have, and design your own beautiful card. Now, Design by Juju as well as Embroidery Library have several designs that you can choose from, and I'm sure there are other sites that you can find them as well, but those are the ones that I have used. I think this one came from Embroidery Library, and it's a bundle. If not, it's Design by Juju, one of the two. But I do know that my font came from Design by Juju. So I'm going to go ahead and cut everything out. Now, most cards are a 7 by 5. and that's what the designs are for. Specifically designed for a 7-inch by 5-inch card. So you will, this is like a 8.5 by 11, and you'll have to cut it to fit. That's the reason why you need to have a cutting board to cut it to fit. If you want it precise and you want the ends to be, you know, you want the edges to be clean and everything, versus using a pair of scissors. It's much cleaner and easier to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything cut out and ready to put on the machine. And then once I get it hooped, then I'll show you what it looks like. The stabilizer, like I mentioned, is a medium weight cutaway stabilizer, and that's all you do. You just put it into your hoop, because that's what allows you to put it on your machine. Then you're going to use some spray adhesive, which I normally use the 505 spray adhesive, and you're going to spray it onto your stabilizer and then put your card down on top of it and then take it to your machine. So let me go ahead and get all that stuff, get this cut out, and then I'll show you how to do that. So let me show you what I did. I took my scoring board and I scored down the middle, like half. I measured a 12-inch sheet, so I folded it 6 inches, which is half. Once I got it folded in half, then I measured where it would be 5 inches across, and so I cut this. I'm going to cut this part off, and then yes, this will make it 5. This is going to make it down at the bottom 7. So it's going to end up being a 7 by 5 card. So I'll have the lines showing me where I'm going to use my cutting tool, my cutting board, to cut it down to the size that I need. So that's how you can get your card the size you want if you have a 9 by 12 card like I do, because I want to get a 9 by 12 down to where I'm going to have a 7 by 5 folded card. So you have to make sure you fold it in half, that 12, and then you're going to cut that inch off, and then you're going to cut whatever this is, a couple of inches off of here, because it's 9. So that's how you do it. Now I'll get that cut, and then I'll show you the next thing. I've already hooped my 8 by 9 mighty hoop with the cutaway, medium weight cutaway stabilizer. So the next step will be actually spraying it and attaching this and then putting it on the machine. When you're adhering it to your hoop, remember you're going to have to lay it down, put the spray adhesive on the stabilizer, not the card, and then you're going to have to lay it down where the inside of the card is going to be attached to the hoop, and this is where you're going to stitch on. So make sure this is up, so when it comes off, this is going to be folded back. So this will be the front, and this will be the back of the card. So it's going to, this part here was laying down on the hoop, this part is up. So when you take it off, this folds back. So there you have the card. That's very important that you do it that way, or you'll stitch it wrong. So now I'm going to go ahead and put it on the hoop. So we will get started with the same design that I'm going to do, and we'll go ahead and get started on it. The next important thing to know or to remember is once you have your design pulled up, you have your card hooped and everything, then make sure it's going to fit inside of the card area. So you got to make sure that your size is correct. Also, the orientation of it, since it is stitching sideways, I had to make sure that the season greeting, season is here, greeting is there. I had to rotate it so it would be there. And I did the tracing several times to make sure it was going to fit within the framework of that side of the card. So those are two things that are extremely important that you must do if you want to make sure that it's going to fit, because you don't want it to go over into the crease of the card, nor do you want it to go on the outside of the card past the stock card part. So make sure you size it, trace it, size it, and rotate it to the proper orientation. Therefore, it will stitch the way you want it to stitch. And let me show you what it looks like on the hoop, on the machine. As you can see, this part here is up, and this part is adhered to the hoop. Now, when you're tracing, make sure you use like a stylus or that purple thing or something, stiletto, whatever, to hold this down so when it's moving around through the machine, it doesn't get caught into the needle. So that's another thing to watch out for. So I'm going to go ahead and start stitching. The other thing that I want to make sure that you remember to do is to slow your machine down. It's somewhere between 400 to 500 stitches per minute to make sure that it doesn't go too fast, so you're not going to puncture holes into your cardstock. So this has 9,328 stitches. At 400, it'll stitch in 32 minutes. If I up it to 500 stitches, that's 27 minutes. So it's basically a half an hour to stitch this front side of the card. So it's not a really quick stitch, but it isn't that bad. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the stitching. I'm not going to video it while it's stitching because I don't want to hear that noise, or you guys hear the noise, but I will show you the progress as we move forward. So the front part is done. Now I'm going to do the inside. So when I take this off, I will cut, since this is medium weight cutaway stabilizer, I'm going to cut as much of the stabilizer away as possible. Then I'm going to start on the inside. I'm going to cut down the red cardstock just like I cut this down. And I will hoop it the same way, so I have to get another excuse me, piece of stabilizer. I'm going to hoop it the same way, and then I'll stitch my inside message and glue it on, and I will show you the finished product because that is the last step. So like I said, take this off, cut it down, cut all of the stabilizer away as much as possible. Do your inner insert. Mine is going to be red. Hoop it just like you hoop the top, exactly the same way, orientation and everything. And then once you take it off, you would just glue the two together, and then you would have a finished card. A lot of people will do metallic thread. The one that I've done in the past, I did it with metallic thread. I decided not to do it this time because I didn't want to possibly have to fight with it. But the metallic thread is so beautiful with these cards and everything, and it really makes it unique and special. So let me go ahead and get started on the insert so I can show you the finished product, and then you will have a card. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Hit the like button, the notification bell. Share it with your friends and other people that are interested in embroidery, and subscribe if you have not. I need 30 more subscribers by the end of the month, so I got 2 more weeks. Today is the 15th, and so what is it? 10 more days before Christmas, and then another 7 days. So I've got a couple of more weeks to go before the end of the year. So it's enough time to get 30 more people subscribed. So please, 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 I want to hit the goal of 2,000. That is my goal for the year. So go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and visit me every Tuesday night with my Shirley Wind Down Tuesday. Remember that this Tuesday will be the last Wind Down Tuesday for the year. Won't have another one until 2025 in January, the first Tuesday in 2025. So I will see you then for the live stream Wind Down Tuesday. But I'm going to go ahead now and finish this card so I can show you the finished product. Because of the gold paper, you can see this so much better, so it's so much easier to align and everything. So I'm being bold. I'm trying it on this gold metallic cardstock. Hopefully it will stitch well. I've never done it before, so we shall see, but that's the plan. Hopefully it will stitch out beautifully. If it does, then that's going to be a winner. But I'll go ahead and get started. I've done the tracing and it is orientated correctly. So I will go ahead and get started, and then I will show you the finished product. Here's the finished card. All completed inside. Put the little stickers on the outside. Here it is on the inside and on the front. Completed card. Ready to mail out. Really cute. I think it turned out really well. Give it a try. One word of caution about the watercolor paper. You got to be very careful with it because it appears, because it is so thick, it will crack. And I'm not sure that I like that. So I think going forward, I'm only going to be using cardstock if I'm going to do a tint card. If you're going to do a flat card, then the watercolor paper is perfect. But if you're going to do a tint card of any kind, I think the cardstock works better because it folds perfectly without cracking. Also, the foil cardstock cracks a little bit too. So just wanted to give you a heads up on that. But anyway, other than that, everything turned out fine. Give it a try. I think that you'll like it. It will, and just be creative with it. I'm not that big on paper crafting. I did a little scrapbooking a long time ago, so I'm kind of rusty on that. But if you're into scrapbooking or anything like that, card making is a hobby in itself and a business. So putting card making and combining it with embroidery is a good idea. So give it a try. So this is day 6 of Shirley's Christmas gifting ideas. Day 7 is coming, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you on day 7. Bye-bye.